Must make a killing at druid festivals. Don't usually see your sorts around these parts.
Hey guys, today we're talking The Witcher: Nightmare of the Wolf.
That's right, everybody. Is this prequel to the Witcher series on Netflix worth checking out, especially since it's a cartoon? Stick around, because you're about to find out.
All right, Billy, The Witcher. Now, I'm not a big fan of The Witcher. I haven't seen anything before, haven't played the game, so I'm coming into this fresh. What's your experience with The Witcher?
Oh, man, so, I played all the games, loved them. I watched the first Netflix series, can't wait for the second one to come out. And I read 4 or 5 of the books as well, so I'm pretty well
you're
spun up on
you're
the
like a
series.
super fan. You're
Yeah,
a
man.
Witcher super fan.
I wouldn't say I read them. I audibled them, so I got to listen to them.
You got like Henry Cavill's poster in your room or
No,
something?
dude, no. Honestly, and we've talked about this. I was like completely against Henry Cavill being Geralt when they first came out with the series. I was like, man, it should be Mads Mikkelsen. But then Henry Cavill, he freaking surprised me, man. He did a good job. So you need to check it out. You ain't even seen the series yet.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, man.
All right, so does this have like any big stars or anything in it?
No, I mean it's got a couple. It's got Theo James. A couple others who are not big stars. They're kind of, I would say, like B-rate stars. Voice actors, but they do a good job voice acting in this cartoon.
I didn't really recognize any voice just from watching it. So
yeah. But and I really didn't either until.
So the star power is definitely not going to carry this movie for you. If you look at it that.
No, and number one, it's a cartoon, so star power doesn't need to carry it. You just need the good voice acting, right? So in which, as far as I'm concerned, that's what it had. I thought all the voice actors did a great job. I thought they carried them, their cartoon characters very well. And so I didn't have any issue with that in the show at all.
Now, this is what, like a prequel to the movie or show or what?
So this is a prequel. So the original show and the original books are all based off Geralt, right? Geralt of Rivia, the Witcher, who was mentored by Vesemir, who was kind of the leader of the Witchers at Kaer Morhen. Well, so this right here, this cartoon is the prequel to all that. So this actually shows Vesemir as a child, as basically him and his dad are poor.
It's kind of his story, right?
Yeah, it's Vesemir's story, basically, exactly. Yeah. Leading up to the beginning of Geralt and, the remaining Witcher story, right? So I thought that was cool how they did that, because I haven't read anything on Vesemir's story. I don't know if there's any books out about it or not. There's parts that tell you kind of what happened to Kaer Morhen, and they follow that pretty well in this cartoon, but there's never really been a big story that I've seen just all about Vesemir like this one was. So I thought it was pretty cool they did that.
Yeah, I thought watching this, I thought Vesemir was going to be like the main guy and all the other stuff. So, but that's kind of cool how they have his mentor be the star of this, and they even show Vesemir's mentor, which is cool too. So
that was cool.
We're going like 3 generations deep of this. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're going three Witcher generations deep. And Witchers live for hundreds of years, right? So, you even heard Vesemir towards the end there saying he's you saw the difference between him and the lady, right? And she looked old and he doesn't. They're both 70 years old, but he still looks like in his 30s. Because the transformation progress they go through, keeps them younger. So
I had no expectations going into this. I hadn't seen anything before, so I wasn't really sure what I was getting into, and I didn't really look at much beforehand. So
yeah. So I don't want to give any spoilers here, but basically, like I said, this is the story of Vesemir, and this also not just the story of Vesemir, the story of Kaer Morhen and how it fell, right? And that is written. You can read about that online. Not going to get into what happened, as far as how everything went down, but needless to say, a ton of fanatics attack Kaer Morhen because they're concerned about the Witchers. They think the Witchers are evil, and Witchers were created by mages in order to destroy monsters, right? That's their primary purpose. Mages created them to be monster hunters to kill monsters. Well, what happens when the monsters are running out, right? Then people are starting to fear the Witchers because they think the Witchers are ripping them off and making up monsters just to make money, right? Because Witchers don't do it for free; they get paid to do it.
So this feels like it has like a little bit of Game of Thrones, maybe like a little bit of Lord of the Rings-ish going on.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
elves, magic, and all kinds of stuff going on.
No, very much so. It's very much a fantasy world, just like those are. And but I think the way this cartoon was done, even though it's a cartoon, I like cartoons if they're well-written cartoons and they're worth watching, right? And I thought the storyline with this one was good, and there's a lot of blood and gore and stuff in it. That's why it's rated TV and MA. It's not for kids.
Definitely not for kids. There's definitely blood, gore, nudity, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But, for adults, it kept me entertained, right? I was watching through it. Especially since I'm a Witcher fan, it kept me engaged in the story and in the movie and in Vesemir's trials, basically, and all the stuff he went through, right? So, because not only does it show, I mean, it shows him from being a youth, right, being a poor kid out on the streets with his dad, working for a rich family, to leaving and going and becoming a Witcher, and it actually shows the process of becoming a Witcher and the pain he went through and how many friends and comrades he lost in the process, right? So, I think it's cool how they showed that and it kind of portrayed it there on the screen, like how difficult it is to become a Witcher. So
yeah, I was kind of surprised by this cartoon because it doesn't take long into the beginning where some action happens and it's pretty gory, like right off the bat. And like even kids aren't safe in this universe.
Oh no, you got Oh yeah, kids getting slaughtered left and right. But again, that goes along with the Witcher process too, right? Because when kids are being trained to become Witchers, they go through these trials and most of them don't make it, right? Most of them get killed in brutal ways by monsters and stuff like that. So they showed all that really great again, and that's one reason why it's not for kids. But
and this is a little over, I think it's about 120 minutes.
Yeah,
so it's not very long, which I think is good for it. So
yeah.
And I was kind of actually amazed how much story they packed into like a fairly short movie.
Yeah, no, I was too. I mean, they definitely threw a lot of story in there. And what I like too is kind of the way they show you how Vesemir's mentor over the years has just gotten to the point where he's kind of, he's become a bad guy, right? So without giving any spoilers like what he does and everything, basically he's kind of, without being the main bad guy, he is the main bad guy, and it shows that this mob has a reason to come after the Witchers, right? So when originally, it just kind of makes you believe that the mob is, especially the leader of the mob, that she's just against Witchers it doesn't really explain why. She just doesn't like Witchers, and I think gives you a little bit of reason eventually. But, and then she leads this mob, but you're still like, man, why does she hate him so bad? But then later on in the movie, then you realize, oh, okay, wow, now we see what's going on here, and now I can kind of understand why they're scared of the Witchers. So I liked how they threw that aspect in there, and just it just made for a good story. I thought, I thought it made for a good story, and it made for an engaging story.
How does this compare to the tone and everything of the show and the game and everything? Yeah,
so I think this goes right along with the tone with the show.
Do you think this cartoon's well representative of the universe?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the cartoon is definitely well represented in the universe because it follows, the story of the destruction of Kaer Morhen. It actually shows you Vesemir and how he becomes who he is, and his upbringing and everything, which you don't really get a good feel of prior to this. It was kind of cool that they actually brought that to the table here, and it's believable. It's completely believable. Like, okay, cool. Now, I could totally understand that and see how Vesemir became who he is, based off the story they provided here. So I thought it was good. I thought it definitely added on to the Witcher story.
What did you think about the animation in this?
Animation was good. I think it's right on level with Castlevania animation. Emanation. But I enjoyed the animation. I thought it was good, and I think it flowed very well.
Yeah, I thought the animation was pretty good. It wasn't distracting. I'm not a huge cartoon anime kind of guy, and I didn't feel like anything was lost really in this too much. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, but now maybe it'll get this guy to finally watch the show.
I did think it was odd when we have Vesemir fighting these demons. I thought the demons looked really cool, and he's kind of cracking jokes, and like his tone didn't quite match the moment for me.
I see. You're a trailblazer, launching the new fad. Trendsetter, you. Very bold. Huh? Oh, there. People should get acquainted more, really. Converse. A little foreplay.
So
that initial scene I thought was a bit off.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to make him, they're trying to make him very, what's what I'm looking for, into himself. Like he just feels invincible. Like he knows, I've fought demons like these a million times, and ain't nothing like this gonna take me out. So yeah. So I get what you're saying there, but at the same time, this guy's been a Witcher for years. This is what he does for a living, right? So and quite honestly, he's above normal humans, right? He's stronger than normal humans. He's faster than normal humans. He lives longer than normal humans. So for him, he's like, yeah, I'm the man,
Yeah, I didn't feel like he was too much of a narcissist, but like...
but there were parts where,
it comes through a little bit, but I was just like, man, these demon guys look very scary, and his tone didn't, for some reason, quite match that. Because it seemed like a very serious moment, and his tone was a little bit off from that, and that took me out of that initial scene, so I was like, oh boy, is it going to be like this throughout? But that gets better as it goes on.
Yeah,
for
no,
me,
it definitely did. Yeah,
so.
Yeah, it did. But yeah, man. Aside from that, was there anything else you didn't like about it?
Yeah, this fantasy stuff is not really my thing too much. I'm not a huge Lord of the Rings fan, even though I can appreciate that kind of stuff. It's not something I'm crazy about. And this obviously had those kind of elements. And, it's kind of hard to wrap your mind around these weird names and these weird lands and stuff like that, especially when you're fresh coming into it. So, you know, there was some initial confusion for me, like, hey, what's going on here? And I don't have that background that you have in this.
Right.
But I will say the story is still pretty palpable besides that, though.
Right.
I think I followed it pretty good.
Okay. So now, did watching this make you think, okay, you know, maybe I will check out the series?
I will probably check out the TV show and see how that goes.
All right, good, because we're going to review season 2, so you need to get caught up on season 1.
But yeah, I mean, this has me intrigued. I think I would have enjoyed this much more if I did have that kind of backstory, because this was kind of a paint by number. Like, this isn't something you hadn't seen before. Like, you've seen this in other stories before, so I'm like, okay, we're going this route on this one.
Right.
So, like I said, maybe if I was more into the story from other games and shows, I'd be more into this one. But it wasn't bad. I'll say that. And that's saying a decent amount for this being like a cartoon movie, because that's normally not my thing either.
Right, right, exactly, man. Yeah, no, yeah, like I said, you know, I mean, I am into cartoons, like I said, as long as they're well written, and as long as they get the story flows, and as long as you get the action you need. And this one brought all that, I thought. You know, that was well written. I thought the voice actors were great. I thought it had plenty of action in it. And yeah, man, I was satisfied. So,
yeah,
I mean,
like I said, I was kind of surprised that the other stories weren't about Vesemir, because I was kind of more interested to see where his character goes. And I guess they do get into that.
Well,
right?
they do, yeah.
But I guess one of the children in this is like the real main character
Geralt,
from everything else. So
exactly.
I didn't even know that until like the very end of this.
Yep.
So
all right, man. So what are you gonna rate this?
I'm gonna give this a 6, which sounds kind of harsh. But I think if I had seen and were into the other stuff, it would definitely be higher. And I think as I watch other stuff, that might make me appreciate this more. But as it stands right now on its own, this is a 6 for me.
All right. I'm going to give it an 8, man. I think, you know, all you, you know, Witcher fans out there, I think you're going to enjoy this show. And even if you're not a Witcher fan, I think you're going to enjoy this cartoon. And it might actually get you wanting to get it more into The Witcher and watch more of it. You know, I really do. So I'm giving it a good, steady 8, you know, a hard 8. I think, yeah, I might even go to 9 on it for a cartoon. But
is it better than Masters of the Universe Revelation?
Masters of the what? Yeah. No comparison. Way, way better, because that was friggin' horrible. Oh, my gosh. Don't even start on that one again. But yeah, all right, guys. Well, you heard it. You know, now this guy looks like he's going to start watching some Witcher, so we can check out the second season when it comes out at the end of the year and review it for you guys. But hey, if you like our channel, hit like and subscribe. Tell us what you think about this cartoon, especially you Witcher fans out there. I'd love to know what you thought about it, what your ideas are on it, and if you thought it went the right way it should have. And until next time, we'll check you later. So thanks.
See you guys.
Oh, yeah, I won't say the names because there are people who are going to watch
All right, filming on set.
Quiet on the set.
Quiet on set.
Action, take 1.
Quiet on the set.
I mean,
Quiet on the set!
action, take 1.
Quiet on the set!
Got some Witcher. Oh, hell, what was the name of the actual?
Are you ready? I'm ready.
Hold on 1 second. I got to remember the actual name of the show.
Okay, I know, because I do the beginning. You ready?
What is it called?
Are you ready? What is it? You're not going to say anything about it. Holy moly, people. This guy acts like he's going to say it. He's looking up. He's like Mr. QC over here trying to quality check me.
Nightmare of the Wolf.
Nightmare of the Wolf. Woo.
Damn right. Oh, that's how you do it, man. All right.
Hey, guys.
No, hold on, man.
Jesus
I got to adjust the mic, folks. I got to adjust the mic. You ready for that? All right, let's do it. That was pretty good, you stupid dog.
Couldn't pay attention because I heard a dog.
But stick around and we'll let you know. No, that ain't right.
Yeah, that was not
right.
It's like you're doing part review, and then you're like, oh, yeah, I'm doing the beginning.
That's right. So this is actual the prequel to the Witcher series. It's on Netflix now, which is also based on man.
Based on man.
The Netflix did, which is also based on the books. I kind of damn man.
We're doing an intro here. What are you doing?
All right, yeah.
Yeah, the intro, Billy. Just the intro.
You can just play, you know.
I know what to say. I know. I got it. I got it.
There we go. Yeah, nailed it, baby.
If you don't want that, then this is wasted on you.